ExpressEdit goes beyond providing tools to allow content to be added to templates. You can actually make a template either from scratch, or you can completely redesign a template once it's created. So it allows creative people to create exactly what they want. And this can all be done from an intuitive interface. For example, this animation was created through the interface under the animation options for posts and columns. For programming students, professionals, and for others who like to know what's actually being styled and configured, the system provides full information about the styling choices, elements being affected, for configuration options and all styling options. And the system's very easy to update and add content for all users of any skill level. In addition, the system is very fast. You can do any number of things at once with a single submit, whether you're adding content, modifying content, finding a template, changing configurations at the column, post, or page level, whether it's importing content or configurations or styles from another page to a particular post or column or page option. Pretty much anything except uploading. Students and professionals will find creating templates is very intuitive. With the ability to create any custom HTML column structure and associated stylings and configs, which ordinarily could only be done through direct programming. The difference being with the intuitive interface, you can create or modify the template or content very swiftly. So we'll look at a brief overview of the features of the system, and then subsequent videos act as a guide showing particular features in detail. So here we're creating a new page. Pages can begin from scratch. We just build up columns and make posts within them. To make subsequent pages, we can clone or copy a page or a piece of a page already created. We can take pieces from different pages and put them together, putting it in any position we need through a process of copying, cloning, or moving. These pages in turn can be used as templates to create still other pages, and regardless of their origin, any aspect of a template can be modified in a page-specific way. We'll start with a brief introduction to creating new pages using cloning. So here we're going to clone a page from the editor overview video page that we previously created. We do this simply using the ID of the column or post we want to clone, and in this case we're going to clone the primary column, which contains the whole page, C143. Take that, we're going to put it in our new scaling video page, and we're going to choose the clone option, hit submit. So here we have an exact mirror of the editor overview page. Now if we go down to our new clone video post and text post, we see that there are no options to change the video, and there's no options to change settings or styles. Same is true for the text post. We can't change the text, configs, or styles. That'll only update when the original updates, and that's the difference with the clone compared to a copy. But we want to keep the settings and configurations of the original parent, but in this case we want to put in our own video data, and we want to put in our own scaling text. Clone posts provide us with two options. One is for local clone settings and one is for local clone data. We're going to choose local clone data, and that'll enable us to put in the content that we want. So we're going to choose that for the video, and we're going to choose it for the text. Hit submit. So we check the local clone data option for the video and for the text post. And now we see that the data options are now available, but not the local clone style options. So in this case, we'll remove the name of an uploaded video, and instead we'll replace it with embed code for the new custom scaling video. We can upload an MP4 here, or a video still image below. So we'll do the same with the text post, and putting in our specific text relevant to the video. P element my class 1 expresses the line break that we see in this post. And then like this, the new video page was created. We didn't have to change any styles or configurations. We can create galleries the same way, which is very handy. And the local clone settings option is the converse of the local clone data, which means that when it's enabled in a clone, you can locally configure or style a clone, and it'll continue to express the original content, such as the original images, text, or video expressed in a post. And as expected, when the parent updates any styles and configurations, those will update, but any updates to the data will not update, and vice versa for local clone data. So we'll see examples of these methods in use in the cloning video page. And then there's this clone option called mirror releasing, where you substitute out a clone post or column of posts, and then choose from a drop-down menu whether you want to replace it with a new, moved, copied, or cloned post or column of posts. The system is designed to make it easy to get the display that you want at all the various view screen sizes, and then various integrated features such as RWD grid system, also a very easy to use alternative RWD grid system. It has Flexbox masonry. It also has a specialized system for scaling REM units or EM units and even PX units, such that the unit value scales with the viewer's view screen size between the sizes that you choose, and at a rate of scaling that's linear by default, but you can choose the exact rate of scaling that you want, which provides for endless usages. Now there's specific videos on the RWD options. Individual post types have particular RWD controlled options based on min width and max width. And there's also app media width settings for the general styles and app media width settings for posts and nested columns. The system also has special styling options and special class options. There's an advanced style, which basically you can do anything with. And there's ways to add special classes to particular posts. You can add them to particular posts within a parent column, or you can add them to a particular subset of text within a text area, either directly through the text area, or you can use TinyMCE to highlight and add a particular class name from a drop-down menu. And it's easy to set up special class styles. There's full options for that. Up in the page options for 12 classes and any of the H tags, and then in column styling options, there's full styling options for HR tags. And advanced styles may be used for custom CSS for custom class names. And these options can be used to affect any particular column or any particular post within it at all viewport widths or any particular viewport width size that we specify. It has group styling for styling groups of posts, which shows that they're linked and grouped together. To begin a group style, we go to the beginning post and check the begin group style option. And we can check the post at which the group style will end. If it's the same post, it'll begin and end in the same post. Or we can navigate down to any post within the same column and then group style multiple posts. And with one setup for styles, we can group style multiple groupings of posts. Because of the extensive configuration and styling options available for posts, columns, and pages, there's extensive importing and exporting options, and you can import and export all the styles and configurations of a post or a column from one post to another post, or from one post to a group of posts within the same parent column. Same is true for columns. Or you can do it on an individual basis for each particular styling option or configuration option. For example, you can choose individual configurations like a flexbox setting, a width setting, RWD grid setting, animation setting, or you can choose individual styles to export at the same time. It can be background or border or any particular font style. You check the individual options that you want to import or export. In the video on importing and exporting, we'll look at these and additional options for importing between a database, as well as additional exporting and importing options. And what we're looking at is a minimal download of the editor. All our styling options and configuration options are downloaded when we click on them, such that only a small fraction of the HTML is downloaded initially. This makes for a quick response time, very quick when we submit changes. In the edit mode, we're using ASQL database, but in web page mode, we're using the flat files generated in edit mode for all posts, including nested column. So that makes the regular web page mode very quick as well. Because this is a template making system, as well as a CMS, we want to keep track of where we're at, and each successive layer of new columns, as well as the posts within it, have a particular border color with text colors to match. So it helps keep track of where we're at for adding new posts or columns. Now we're looking at the magnified border. It's magnified at to 4px with space between the border lines, which allows us to clearly see exactly where any column or post begins or ends. There's plenty of text markings to indicate exactly which column you're working with. Here we can toggle it on and off to the original size border. Under this button we have debug tools, each of which gives various information. Now normally every time a page is submitted, it automatically refreshes itself in order to make sure the new CSS files generated are the ones being expressed. And if I click the no refresh option, the page will not refresh after it submits. And if we go down to the bottom, it will also generate some information for us, giving us information on the post global, what was submitted, and it gives us information on MySQL queries that were submitted. So here we see the query itself that was used, and then gives us information on the method and the file. And it also shows a backup copy was successfully created. And here we can view a total list of select queries that were used for the submission. So that's about it by way of introduction. There's a lot more in the various videos on specific subjects on expressedit.org.